right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network. Dan better be wearing a Pirates hat. You got it, baby. I can't put that Giants hat on right now, man. That is one pathetic performance, one outclassed team. Just do not have the horses, don't have the athleticism. You could see it. You watch a lot of baseball, you just know. And I thought we might start the CTE song off tonight at the beginning, but let's let Dallas speak for himself first. Welcome on in, everybody. Show's brought to you by Prize Picks. That's right, Prize Picks. You want to make sure you're using Prize Picks as Senior did tonight. I don't know if he got a winner chicken dinner, but he did show me that he had Rafi Devers with more than 1.5 strikeouts and Bryce Eldridge with 3 total bases, RBIs, hits, runs scored, and that homer did it for him. So Rafi may have been the final piece for him. But Prize Picks, we got to put that little promo code up there, if Dallas will do that. Use the promo code NCSN. Let's turn down the music and we'll talk a little bit over that. Okay. Prize Picks is that daily fantasy app where you build lineups by choosing whether players will have more or less than a projected stat total. Use that promo code NCSN right down there. Right now, new users get $50 in lineups when they play their first 5 in lineups. Win or lose, you play 5, they give you 50. I can't tell you how good of a deal that is. Prize Picks available in all 50 states. Download the Prize Picks app today or use that promo code and go to the link in the description of this video. Build your lineup, follow along while watching the games. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome, Dallas. If looks would give a story, Dallas looks like, I don't want to use the word defeated, but discouraged. Maybe discouraged. That might be the better word tonight. How you feeling, Dallas?
I'm concerned about the well-being of Robert Rothberg.
Wait a minute. Let me get to the chat here. Let me put the other thing. Robert Rothberg, what is he saying here?
I don't know. I think this might have been tough on him. This
oh,
loss.
you're okay. Robert's not in here. Okay, well, I wonder, we might have to change we might have to put Robert in the song. Robert and Dallas have CTE. Maybe you
yeah. I mean, it's hard to stay positive about this team just because. I mean, there's just issues, man. I mean, there's issues in this lineup. There's issues in bullpen usage. Roop worked hard in this game. He didn't have it. He threw a lot of pitches, but the Giants were still in the game at that point when they took him out. 0-0 when they take him out. But then,
what do you think about taking him out for Borucki when he had already struck out? Didn't he come in to face Cruz, Borucki?
He came into. I mean, I think the situation
wasn't
okay.
it Cruz? Wasn't it Cruz? Because he struck out Cruz the first 2 times, and if looks could kill. Root looked pissed off.
In a clean inning, right? Or no?
No, he came in with a runner on. On first, and I think.
Yeah. Okay. So.
But he was not happy. You saw him shake his head. He wanted to. He wanted to finish what he started.
And then there was a pitching change. And they brought in Borucki to face Cruz.
Yeah, and Cruz looked silly the first 2 times against Cruz. Now you're seeing him a 3rd time. Maybe that's a concern. But Borucki and Walker, we'll get to that. Okay, we're going to get to that. Let Dallas finish his thought. Then we'll just go hard on.
Yeah, I mean, Roop threw 94 pitches in 4 innings. So that's a lot of work. That's a lot of high stress, long at bats. The Pirates working the count, So, I mean, I can kind of see pulling him, but you're pulling him for Borucki, who's not been good. He's got a 6 earned run average. when the game is still within reach, you have to appreciate that you still have a chance and hang on to those games. You throw Barucki in, he gives up a run. You throw Walker in, he gives up 2. Gage comes in and does what Gage does, gets out of it. And then Brubaker gives up 3, and then the game at that point is over. So it's like Brubaker gave up 4, 3 earned. There's an error there. But yeah, it got out of hand. And this is a team that can't score. They can score 3 runs, maybe. So once you're down by 4, it's like, all right, well, let's just give this one up and move on to tomorrow. They don't have the confidence to come back in a game because they've never come back in a game. It hasn't happened.
This is just a bad team. Let's just say it right now. Can they get better? Maybe. I'm sure they'll put together a string of victories, but this does not look like a team that is going anywhere. It's getting old. It's not athletic. You look at other teams, you look at their speed, you look at their athleticism, you see Cruz, you see Griffin.
Yeah, but where is Schmidt at?
I don't know why he's on the bench tonight. Why is Chapman playing when he's been 0 for 25? Yeah, what did he get? He got a hit tonight, right? Chapman?
Big whoop.
Yeah.
Well, why is Chapman playing and not Schmidt? It doesn't make sense. Why is it
roster? We call it roster politics.
I know, but
when veterans.
Why is Jesus Rodriguez not playing? I know they don't think he can catch anymore because he had a rough one yesterday. I listened to your show with Marty. Marty was not high on Rodriguez's catching ability, but the guy has been getting hits. Since he's been here, he's hitting 400. So maybe you put in the guys that hit. This was going to happen. It was like, okay, we brought up Eldridge, we brought up Jesus Rodriguez. We're going to play these guys because they're hot right now. They're hitting, and we got these veterans that are not hitting. Well, guess what? They played the guys that weren't hitting. So luckily, we got Eldridge tonight. At least he got a home run. He also hit one to the warning track and almost tied the game up there when it was still within reach. So he was something, but maybe if Chapman's in there, they get a hit, in a key situation and score, put a couple runs on the board, give the pitching some confidence so they don't have to pitch in a phone booth where they don't have any room to maneuver. I don't know.
NorCal says Rodriguez might be banged up tonight from getting hit on the forearm last night. It's possible. But I just don't think this is, I've been on Twitter a lot today. We were on the show earlier today with the Patrick Bailey trade. That kind of was a shocker. Not that he got traded, but that he got traded now.
Shocking. I mean, they probably liked what they got for him.
Yeah, they got the 29th pick.
They made the move, which is fine, but I do think there is more to that story. I said it this morning when I first heard of the trade. I think there's been weird things happening with the team, with the pitch calling, right? Calling all those splitters
pitches
in a row.
In Philly?
Yeah,
that was Bailey. We found out that was Bailey.
Oh, it was Bailey.
Yes.
Okay.
It was verified by, I heard FP talking about it with Susan Slusser on their show, and it was Bailey. The Vitello and Message were trying to get Bailey's attention to change up things and change the height of the pitches, and Bailey
what the hell, Bailey? So you're here because of your catching ability. Part of catching is calling a game. And if you're going to make boneheaded moves calling a game, then that's a problem.
It might have been one of the big things that derailed them because they were winning both those games, and had they won that double header, they would have been 2-1 on that road trip.
Yeah,
instead,
I could see that. He's going to be on a short leash because he's not one side of the plate is completely inept, not happening at all. And then it could be that there's other things that come up. His body language, attitude, whatever, kind of defeatist approach at bats that are completely, he's overmatched. It looks like he's not even trying. He's just going up there and it's a free out, Maybe it's that type of thing. Maybe they've, been trying to work with him and he's being stubborn about it, about changing his approach, or Maybe they've said, maybe concentrate on one side of the plate. Who knows what the deal is? There's another story there. We don't know the story. We're never going to know the story probably. But I think it's a good change because when he's not playing, the team is better objectively,
Yeah.
It's like, so I think that's it was good that they pulled the trigger on that as soon as possible. Why keep it going? But now they got to pull the trigger on Baraki and Walker. We can't keep having them come out there.
It's a bad team, and it doesn't help that you've got, Tony.
It's a bad team, but they're playing the bad players.
Well, this is I don't understand the mindset of what's going on. I would be booing these players, like seriously raining down boos. But these fans at Oracle, they're chillaxing. They're
almost as good as the boos, though, was the sarcastic applause when they scored that second run in the ninth inning.
Well, I'm a little pissed off that they got 2 runs because I wanted to keep it under 2 when they were 0 and they continue. They could have had their streak of under 2 runs being like 0 and 18 or whatever it would be.
The streak is ended. They can lose with 3 runs now.
It's right. They lost with 3 runs, but they've lost with 3 runs before.
Yeah,
but when
so you're fine.
We're still good. It just would have added to the total.
You could have added it to it, yeah. But that was just. And then what's worse is the unforced errors on defense. Ramos, they hit a ball straight to him, and he can't see it. He loses it. Adames kicked one. Completely unforced error.
Yeah.
So,
let's touch on this with Aaron because he makes a good point because he's gone to Baraki, he's gone to Walker. But let's look at this. And I don't want to just sit here and defend Tony because I think he's made some blunders with the bullpen. I really do. Going to Walker in any kind of high leverage game. But the Giants got rid of Joey Lucchesi and gave a guaranteed $1.8 million contract to Baraki, and they gave him Baraki to face lefties. He's a lefty specialist, and you only have 2 lefties in the pen, Gage and Baraki right now because Miller's on the IL. So part of it is Tony's fault for using him, but that's what they gave him.
Sure. But and to be fair, Lucchesi's got a 13.5 earned run average in 3 innings pitched.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're using him anymore. But yeah, I just look at the earned run averages on these relievers. If the game is within reach and the reliever has a 6 earned run average, don't put him in there. Don't put him in. Use the guys that have 3 or less. Use the 6th guy when the game's out of hand, one way or the other.
This feels like the front office, though, is like, like you ever see it like a dam that's breaking and you're just trying to plug up this hole. What's next? They're going to DFA Baraki and Walker and bring up some other 2 guys. And it's just
DFA Baraki, send Walker down, bring somebody else up. It's not working.
And they're just
you're making moves. You got rid of Bailey. Do some reliever whack-a-mole here, the cup game, moving them around because I know when they come in, it's not going to be good, and I can see it. I see the guy who's warming up. I'm like, shit, here we go, and then they come in, and boom, the game's out of hand. It's not rocket science. It's not. It's pretty simple.
I want to get your take on. Let me see.
If you want to get him going, I know that's why he's like, yes, but if I can get this guy to get a little confidence and don't experiment with games that are within reach. Experiment on the games that are out of hand and let him pitch a couple of innings, put some zeros on the board, get some confidence. Fine. But don't do it right now with these guys.
Marcus Tanner says, just listen to the first part of Giants post-game wrap. They're so weak. Didn't talk about game at all. No comment on Walker falling apart for the umpteenth time. They're so pathetic. Well,
just tune in here, Mark.
There you go. You no homers, no no casuals. Well, we do have one part-time homer, maybe a full-time homer on the staff
Not
right
tonight.
now.
I'm
Not
taking
tonight.
the night off on the homerism.
Taking the night off, really. I see. So are we not able to? Does this team still look like a playoff team, Dallas? Do you think it's got a shot?
No, not like this.
Okay, we can't even play Dallas's CTE song.
Now,
tonight.
if they win the series tomorrow, we're back on board, baby.
Just
but right
talking
now,
like, wait a minute. Are you
do
talking like there's hope?
Oh, there's hope.
Wait.
Lay off of Dallas, go easy on him. He's suffering from CTE. Dallas has Larry Bear syndrome. He works for Greg Johnson. He's a full-time homer. He's on the Giants payroll.
See if we can change that to part-time homer.
Help him get free.
All right, that's one time tonight so far. We'll see if we have to go any more. How'd you like the thumbnail tonight, guys? Shout out to the creation of the thumbnail. These are all they come from me as far as my ideas, and I want you to take a look at this, Dallas. I don't think you got a chance to see the thumbnail.
Get the broken bat and
I didn't use the limp dick, but Giants bats go limp again.
You got the message. We knew what you were talking about.
There it is. Broken bat. Giants lose, and there we go. Right on the scoreboard there. So there's your thumbnail for the night. There's a comment in the chat here.
Who's the
and
best
I
hitter
can't
on
seem
this
to
team?
find it. Dallas is playing his part on the show well. Laughing out loud. Dallas does a good job here, man. He is a good sport, and we have a lot of fun. And if you can, hey, we're gonna have to find ways to have fun this year, guys. This is, I'm pretty confident in my 88 selection at the beginning of the season or prior to the season, but I said 88 wins. I'm pretty confident it's going to be at least 88 losses. I'm starting to feel more and more secure in that because I think these veterans are going to fight I think they may have a hard time with this college speech type thing. I don't know.
Get used to it.
I don't
what
think.
What the hell are they doing for you?
Yeah, I don't think these guys are. I don't think they're that good.
I don't think he's gone far enough. Right now, the inmates are running the asylum.
Well, this is a possibility. Maybe they're trying to get their trade values up. Look, I'm all for. Hey, and to address some of the idiots one more time out there on Twitter, somebody told me that because I put out that the rebuild, it looks like this could be a rebuild, and I put a couple things out that just move off of Chapman, Adames, Devers, Webb, and you pay down the contracts 50, 60%. Let's look at this situation. I want to explain something to you guys because most of you get it. Most of you can figure it out because you've got a brain. But there is a lot of people out there in Giants land that are so much of a casual and such a homer. They said, why would you pay Chapman's salary and then trade him and still pay half or more of his salary? Let me explain something to you guys. For you guys that most of you, again, 95% of you probably get this or more. Basic math. If Chapman is making $25 million and you pay $13 million of his contract and the other team only has to pay $12, okay, and you're paying $13 million, all right, you're saving 12. The other team's paying for it. Team A, whatever. You have Casey Schmidt that plays third base. He makes $800,000 roughly, league minimum. $12 million minus roughly $1 million is an $11 million savings, and you're playing a better player, and you get prospects back for Matt Chapman because you're paying the salary down. Do you understand that that is a savings, a net savings of $11 million, and then you get a better player in Schmidt, and you can get prospects, and you can do the same thing at shortstop, and you can do the same thing at first base, and you can play Eldridge at first, and you're paying Eldridge the league minimum, and you're paying Devers almost $30 million. You're gonna save money, and you're gonna play these young guys for the next few years, and as the years go by, those things will eventually fall off the books, and you won't be paying anything, and then you'll be able to still afford to pay your arbitration guys, and you're going to be able to get some key free agents in the pitching staff where needed. And you might even be able to make a trade because you have an influx of prospects. You have too many good shortstops in the system. You have too many good young outfielders. And all of a sudden, it's like you have a influx of talent. And that's how you build. You don't build by going out and signing the Chapmans and the Adamises, and because they're not great hitters. They're not. I mean, Chapman's obviously a great fielder. Adames is a horrible shortstop. He's made another error tonight. I don't understand people's mindset when they say you can't keep paying that. You're probably, if you did all three of them and you paid 50%, you're paying $51 million between Chapman and Adames. And let's call it $30 million for Devers, $29 million, $80 million. So you pay $40 million a year, but you're saving $40 million a year, and you're getting prospects, and you're getting better players. In my opinion, I think you can find somebody that can go out and do what Adames does. I think Christian Koss, if you played him full time, would probably duplicate what Adames is doing right now. I mean, can he beat him?
You're right about the math there, Dan. But the problem is that means that Posey is admitting a mistake.
Oh, well, let's just dig our grave deeper. I made a mistake, but I'm not going to give in. I'm just going to keep going. And next year it's going to get worse. And the year after that, it's going to get worse. And then all of a sudden, Dallas, 2 years from now, because you dug down, you can't trade them because nobody's going to even want these guys.
I'm not sure anyone wants them now, but yeah, I agree with you. They should try to move off them as soon as you can. Maybe you have to wait for them to heat up or whatever and wait for the right injury on the right team. But if you get an opportunity, you got to think about it. You got to seriously consider that.
Wouldn't it be exciting? Wouldn't it be exciting if we had all these young players and we just watched them develop? Yeah, we took our lumps for a couple of years, but they're exciting to watch because they're hustling. Tony's got their attention. They know that if they mess up, they're not in the lineup because they don't have the big contracts. They're going to have to earn their play. We know. Tony said, you got to earn your play, right? Well, that's not true with Devers, Adames, and Chapman. They don't have to earn it.
Why though? Why?
Because they're getting the money.
I know, but what's it matter? You cash the check no matter what. Sit on the bench, pays the same as in the lineup.
Yeah. I think Senior might have a point. Maybe they're trying to build their trade value up. I don't know.
If they hit, their trade value goes up. If the futility continues, then who wants them?
It goes down. Oh, boy.
I'll tell you what. Adames had more trade value before tonight. He looked terrible. So I don't know, but if Vitello doesn't think that he can, he has the clout to be able to say, Adames, you're sitting tomorrow, for example, Schmidt needs to be in there. He should have been there today. I cannot fathom what's happening. So let's just take our best hitter. We're in a terrible slump right now. Hitting, we're losing all these games. Let's just take our best hitter this year and sit him down and not put him in there. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But regardless, tomorrow, if they're all in there, Adames, Devers, leave him in. Devers, he had an 0 for tonight, but he's had this streak where he was looking a little bit better. Yesterday, a couple of good hits, and then he had 2 really bad at-bats where he struck out on stupid pitches. So I don't think he's completely fixed yet, but he's showing sparks, signs of life. So fine, leave Devers in there. But I would sit Chapman and Adames tomorrow. I don't want him in there. Sit them. Koss at short, Schmidt at third. Do it tomorrow. I want to see that.
Yeah, well, if Koss is okay,
if
Koss
Adames I know.
Jeez, he got drilled. Is there going to be a retribution tomorrow? Are we seeing a payback with the Giants, or?
I have no idea. I don't think who's pitching tomorrow.
Malley. Hey, 168 watching right now, guys. 168. 34, 35 likes. You know where I'm going with this. 168 watching on YouTube. Another 40 or 50 watching over on X. 171 now watching. Go ahead and hit that like button. I know there's some of you that just do it automatically, and it's, you're part of the NorCal Sports Network family. You love to, build this thing up. Go ahead and hit the like button, would you? 10 more just did it. Awesome. Thank you to all of you that did that. We'd love to have like about 100 plus likes. All that does is sends more people here. You know what? More people need to hear the message that NorCal Sports is putting out. Why? Because we're the only ones that have been doing it for 3.5 years, telling people what this team needs to do. Now I'm seeing a lot of talk and chatter in Giants media Twitter world talking about a rebuild now. Isn't it interesting? We've been talking about it for days, years. We've been saying pick a lane, either go all in or just rebuild the thing. But half measures, this thing is a joke. I'm sorry, Willie Adames is a half measure. Matt Chapman is a half measure. Rafi Devers was a swing, and it looks like a swing and a miss, but at least you went for the fences. You did go for the fences with Devers. I get that. I was for the trade. Now I'm saying, look, recognize that it's probably not going to work out long term and move off of him as fast as you can because he's not going to carry you when you're this lack of talent. So, but Chapman, I was never for the deal. Adames, I was for it. I have to admit, I was excited because he came off a big year and he was a shortstop and the Giants didn't have a shortstop. But still, he's not a top-tier player. He's not going to make any all-star team probably the rest of his life. Same with Chapman. Devers, probably chance if he ever makes an all-star team is to go to one of these ball fields that's like a cracker box, a little Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. I don't know. Maybe Rafi just needs to go to the Yankee Stadium with that that small that right field porch and start pulling the ball. I don't know. He hit well in Yankee Stadium as a career with the Red Sox, but something's got to give. These guys, I don't think these guys even want to be here. And now we got Webb down, Dallas. Webb is out for at least a couple of weeks, so he's going to miss at least probably 2 starts, maybe 3. Does he come back? Is that thing settled down? Bursitis is painful, deal in the some kind of sac or whatever. I don't know if it's fluid, inflammation, whatever it is. But you got to get rid of that. You got to get that to settle down. And then you got to hope that Webb comes back and pitches like Logan Webb so you can trade him too. there's such a thing as calling Webb is an asset, but he's an asset not helping this team. How can he help this team? By bringing other valuable assets that the Giants could use. That's what you got to do when you're lousy. This is why all teams in sports have always traded away their best players to contenders because they're not going anywhere with them, so you might as well get something for them. This happens all throughout sports. I mean, we saw it with Juan Soto, traded from Washington to San Diego. San Diego gets James Wood, gets C.J. Abrams, gets Mackenzie Gore, Robert Hassel III, and there's another player in there. But, Washington hasn't been that good, but they got some good players out of it. Dallas Cowboys, when they traded for Herschel Walker, Minnesota, didn't they get their whole draft or something like that, or something crazy? I can't even remember what the heck the deal was. But this is what the Giants don't really have any assets that are will bring you anything. The only asset that's going to bring them anything is Webb. Now, if they pay for Devers, Chapman, and Adames, you'll get some prospects that could probably help. You're not going to get top prospects. I don't know. I hope Webb gets well, pitches well, and they trade him to the Sac A's for Leo DeVries. That's what I would hope. Give me Leo DeVries. Give me an exciting ball player. And then you can move off of Chapman now. I mean, Adames. You have your shortstop. I know, Johnny. Mackenzie Gore's a Ranger now, but he was traded to Washington. I understand that. He still went to Washington. Dallas received 5 players and 8 picks, and Walker went to the Vikings, right? Wasn't that the deal? You remember that? Something like that. And
I can't remember.
And it turned Dallas into, winning 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. So A's aren't doing anything to help the Giants, Gravy says. Well, if they need a pitcher and Logan Webb is Logan Webb, that's the weakness of the A's. The A's can make the playoffs, and if they can get a Logan Webb, maybe you help each other. I don't know. Johnny, we know how you feel about Adames. Johnny tells us about 25 times in the chat every night his feelings about Adames. I think Johnny must have nightmares about Adames. He must have Adames syndrome.
Adames!
There we go. Play that one more time for Johnny.
Adames!
Okay. The Gravy, Johnny has CTE. I don't know how many times he's had to tell us about Adames. We get it, Johnny. You hate him.
In the world where the Giants decide to do a rebuild, where they decide to move off these big contracts, it makes sense to also move Webb. But I don't think we live in that world. They're not going to admit defeat. They're not going to eat that much money on those contracts. We'll be lucky if they move one of them.
They're
would
going to
be
so
in this,
stupid.
try to compete every year until these young guys come up. So if they're in that world where they're trying to compete, they do need pitching. And you'd rather have Logan Webb on your team than not.
Oh, senior,
especially on a good
picks.
on a contract that's very favorable. Now, I don't know. If they're out of it this year, then they should be moving Robbie Ray, and they should be moving Tyler Malley, and anybody on Luis Ariz, anybody on an expiring contract should be moved if they are out of it this year.
Hey, look at that.
Do
Prize
what you did.
Picks. Prize Picks. I can't quite see it. Let me see if I can get this sent to a maybe I can get this into a photo, and I can put this up on the screen. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just do it this way. We'll show you a Prize Picks, why you should have fun with Prize Picks and what you can do with it. Hold on here. We'll just pull this up. Okay. I'm going to pull this up for you in just 15 seconds. And
while you do that, I'm going to get a drink of water. I'll be right back.
All right. Very good. Okay. We're waiting for it to go through. Come on. Maybe it's not going to be 15 seconds, guys. Maybe it's going to be okay. I think we got it. Check out this Prize Picks from Senior tonight. $10.27 to pay $287.56. A 4-pick power play. Number 1, Bryce Eldridge to have a more than 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs combined. He ended up with 3. As he got a hit, he got a run, and he got an RBI. So that's 3 for Bryce Eldridge. Rafi Devers. Now, this was earlier, so this was sent to me earlier in the evening. Devers ended up with 2 strikeouts. So he went over 1.5. Brock Favor, 2.5 shots on goal. He went over because he hit it. So, and the last one was Kamzat. I'm not even know how you pronounce that name, but this is a MMA fight, I take it, over 22 to more than 22.5 significant strikes. He hits it, and that is a winner chicken dinner on your Prize Picks proud sponsor for NorCal Sports Network. So get over to Prize Picks. $10 won him $287 tonight. A good 4 play there. No pun intended, but a little foreplay for senior softball games. And now, Dallas, you said something I want to address.
Mm-hmm.
You said before you left the screen something about they're not going to do it or something. They're not going to admit defeat. If they don't do this, I think Posey's got one shot of saving not just the franchise for the near future, but his job, basically. And
I don't think his job is in jeopardy at all. Not a bit.
Well,
he has so much goodwill with the fans.
Yeah.
The owners have a wonderful position. They got this guy that he can do no wrong. He walks on water, and he's going to be able to sell their small little budgets to us fans, and we're going to eat it up. So I think he's here.
Somebody in the chat said,
a long time.
Somebody in the chat said, if this was Farhan, we'd be jumping on tables. Stop drinking the Buster Kool-Aid. I have come down on Buster. I will commend him for today's move, but if he sticks, I think Gravy says agrees with Dallas. Posey is safe. Yeah, what I mean by his job, he's not getting fired, but he may resign after 3 years if this thing continues to just go in the tank. So I would say for Buster's own mental health that he's got to get out of these contracts. He's buried this franchise for the next 5 years.
He just signed the contracts. He just signed them.
Yeah, and they're stupid. They're horrible contracts.
Yeah, but you don't admit defeat on a 7-year deal after 1 year.
Mark my words. if they keep these guys for the next year or two, it is going. They are not going to finish 500 the next couple of years with those three guys on the team.
We can hope they move one of them. That's the best we can hope for.
One of them would help.
Move one this year, and one next year, and one the year after that.
I'd be fine with that.
That might be possible. That might be possible.
I'd be fine with that, but I would prefer just cut. Like, does moving one this year, one next year, doesn't that admit defeat as well?
Yeah, but it kicks the can down the road. It's not as much as saying, it's, I blew, $50 million or whatever. I made one bad decision.
How about if they, they're probably not going to do it because it is a waste of money. But the more they perform like this, the more it just looks bad, and then they're stuck with them. If somebody came and offered you a deal for Devers, let's say Rafi heats up and he's one of the better players in May, but the Giants are still getting their butts handed to him. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he's not helping you win. He's just hitting better. And he's, at the end of May, he has 10 homers and he's hitting 258, 260. He's starting to play Rafi Devers. And someone says, we want Devers. And the Giants are 15 games under 500.
Of course you do that. If someone wants him, you do it.
Okay, there you go. But but isn't that admitting defeat?
But if they're paying the freight on him, yes, it's just a wash. It's like you bought a car, you sold a car.
Okay, what happens if somebody says, we want Devers, but we're not paying that contract. You're going to have to chip in and pay it down 40% at least.
40%, never going to happen. 25%, maybe if they throw in something.
So let's say we negotiate and say, okay,
40 million. I mean, 40% is $85 million
over like 8 years, 7+ years. That's like a little over 10 a year.
Yeah, that's a big pill to swallow.
But you get rid of him, and let's say we're going to give you our number 2 prospect for him. Let's say, I don't know who it is, but let's just say it's a good prospect.
Maybe. Yeah.
And
I mean, if they're getting a good prospect, it's a lot easier pill to swallow,
I think Devers can, if he gets heated up, the right team might want him, and
hopefully he gets heated up.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping he heats up just to get him out of here.
Otherwise, they're screwed.
They're very screwed. And I think, if you ask me, if you cut Posey on a good day where he had to tell you his real feelings and he couldn't sugarcoat it and white lie or just give you a bunch of BS like, oh yeah,
Attitudes.
We love Rafi. If he could just give you his real heart, I bet he'd say, oh man, I wish I could get rid of him because he's not the player we thought he was. I don't think he's the player that the Giants. I don't, and I think that's why Boston, Boston got rid of him. He was a problem. He doesn't look like too much of a problem when he's on the field, as far as he looks happy out on the field. But
it's
I don't know
before though. He's had these same type of things where he's swung and missed at the high fastball and stuff. So I don't know. It depends. It's either he's going through something, he'll get out of it. He's not out of it yet. I thought he was moving in that direction. I hope he still is, but
I'm not. I think
he'll regression.
I think he'll hit. But he's not gonna be like he was in April. But he's gonna have. He's not a consistent hitter. He swings and misses way too much. Think about it. If he's gonna miss and swing and miss a lot, it's not like he's making just weak contact and he's just hitting lazy fly balls. He's swinging and missing and missing and missing. So that could be mechanical.
There could be some mechanics in that, but there's something that's not right where you keep missing balls. He's going to continue to miss balls. What's this we got? Gorasan, $5. Research the Robinson Cano trade. More than likely, you'll have to send a top prospect with Chapman along with cash to receive anything in trade. Interesting. That would suck for the Giants to have to give a top prospect and Chapman, you know.
Why would they do that?
Only if somebody did. I don't think they would send a top prospect and have to pay. But, hey, look, Buster made all these deals himself. I think they were horrible deals. I said it at the time when they re-signed Chapman. I thought it was one of the worst moves. And I said so right here on the air. I was upset about it. I don't like it. And I just think that the Adames and the Devers, I don't see these guys all of a sudden becoming much better. Yeah, they might have a breakout month or two, but they're not difference makers. This team's going nowhere with these players. Arise, good player. He's going to be gone. He's going to be traded at the deadline. Ray's going to be traded at the deadline. We know those two guys are going to get traded. Probably Molly gets traded if anybody wants him, if he pitches decent. I don't know what else they can do. Bader, maybe they trade Bader. He's got a 2-year deal. Maybe Bader gets traded. This is a complete. It's a show. It's a bad show. This is not pretty to watch, and no. I don't think
it's also pretty unlucky. What is it? What's in the drinking water? Is it the substation that has the range to make it all the way to San Francisco?
From
How
Santa
do all these guys not show up? At the same time, really uncanny. It's quite frustrating.
Oh, or KC says Nolan Arenado was just moved, and he had a 4 WAR in the last 3 years, while Chapman had a 12 WAR. $20 million doesn't get you what it used to.
KC, giving us some hope.
I've already said that. Asaf Malik. Yeah, I would be pissed off, but I only have so much energy right now to get pissed off.
Dan would be jumping up and down right now if his legs weren't bad.
Yeah,
his hips.
Yeah, there we go. I don't like the job Posey's doing right now. I don't think he's done a good job, and I don't think. But what can I say? I'm not going to call the man an idiot. I don't think he is an idiot. I thought Farhan was kind of he wasn't an idiot with his brain, but he just was baseball. He was just, but Posey's just inexperienced. Posey's inexperienced, and I think he's in over his head.
I mean, he made the Adames deal. You agreed with it. He made the Devers trade. You agreed with it.
Right.
Chapman trade you didn't agree with, and I understand why. But it's not like he's making like crazy moves that don't seem to make sense on paper, but they're not working out in practice.
Sure.
Unfortunately,
they're not working out. A lot of times you just have to blame the players, because all of Major League Baseball last year, when the Devers trade was made, everybody thought it was a coup for the Giants. Whoa, they got Rafael Devers, and they only had to give up basically Kyle Harrison at the time. Now we're seeing James Tibbs is going to be probably the best player in the deal, and he's on the Dodgers.
Who knows?
Yeah. I make it sound easy every night when I say trade Adames, Chapman, and Devers. Well, I don't think it is easy. I don't think it's going to be easy at all. Easy. But I'm just saying, I would move heaven and earth if I could to get rid of him. I would try to do what it takes. Now, they may have deals in place, be able to do deals where, 40, 50% teams will agree to do it, but Greg Johnson and the Johnsons say, no, we're not going to eat that contract. We're going to just, you got him, we're going to play it out. You could be, Posey's smart enough to realize that these guys are not going to be that good for him. He can see it.
Sure. But also, you don't know if Casey Schmidt is for real. That was a point Marty made today. It hasn't been that long of a sample size.
Yeah, you don't know if you don't even know Susak, even less. Susak and Rodriguez, combined 35 at bats or something.
Right. So you have to. That's kind of a gamble, but I think Bailey burned some bridge with them, or he rubbed someone the wrong way, or they wanted him out of here because after giving him so much leeway for all this time, to be like, all right, that's it. kind of eye-opening. I was surprised. So, but I agree. They should be looking to move Chapman for sure. Adames, move him next year if you can. Once he starts to get hot. Unfortunately, he's off to a slow start this year. He got off to the same exact start last year. Half the season of just terrible baseball, and then half the season great. And if that happens again this year, maybe they can, move him when he's hot. I don't know. But they should look to those three guys, Devers, Chapman, Adames. They are clogging up your infield. You have guys signed for 5, 6, 7 years that there's no room to maneuver. You got Casey Schmidt. They can't even put him in the lineup. Your best hitter didn't play today. He shagged some balls in right field, and that was it.
Yeah. You're not winning with Adames, Devers, and Chapman. No, you're not. You're not. I don't know. I think the mistake we make as fans, and I've been guilty of this as well, is we give up on prospects, young guys, too soon. The fan base gave up on Casey after the 23 season. They gave up on Harrison after the first part of last year, where
but Casey took a long time to get here because they didn't give him a chance either.
Right. They don't do that. They don't
give anybody a chance.
It's their own. Yeah, it's their own fault. They don't. That's why you have to commit to a youth movement and just let it go. This is what the Cardinals have done. I was listening to Chip Carey, the broadcaster for the Cardinals, a couple days ago, and he said the team has fully committed to a rebuild, and they're not going to worry about guys struggling. And if guys fall apart, they're just going to go with it. They're fully 100% committed to it. And when you do that, you actually get a chance to see what the Giants or what you have. Now, the Giants never gave Matos a shot. They were never going to give Ramos a shot until 3 outfielders went down. It was Conforto, Slater, and Jung-Hoo Lee all went down within 4 or 5 days. And they had nobody left, and Ramos comes up, and they had to play him, and he makes the all-star team. But if that didn't happen, Elliot Ramos would not be a San Francisco Giant today. He was going to get released.
He'd be wherever Matos is now.
Yeah, and so this is what they don't do. And this is why I call them one of the dumbest worst run organizations in sports. They are definitely the worst run franchise in the Bay Area. I can't say Northern California because you got the Sac Kings that are pretty run poorly. And
horrible.
And, you watching the A's, not the A's, but the Warriors, they're looking like they've been, they think they can just go with guys that are 35 plus, and they're going to try and Maybe go get Kawhi Leonard in the offseason. Let's add another old man and see if we can just play. Hey, let's go play old man pickup against these 25-year-olds and see if we can outsmart them. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. And the Giants just don't do anything to show a commitment to anything other than mediocrity. They're committed to drawing 3 million fans. They're committed to having old ball dudes and ball gals. They're committed to the experience at Oracle Park. They're committed to, the Giants are living in 2010, 12, 14. Let's have bring back, the past days. And they're just still living off that. It's Hunter Pence on the radio. It's, let's bring back Affeldt. And look, I'm all for honoring the older players. But this is all they have is they have these guys from 10, 12, 14, and they don't do anything to go young and let guys make a name for themselves. I wanted to do this exercise and I forgot to do it. Now let's do it. Let's look at the hats. Dodgers. How many stars? Yeah, stars galore. We don't even need to mention them, right? Let's look at the Padres. Stars. Machado, Tatis, not having the greatest years this year, but they've been there, right? Tatis, Machado, who else do they got? Jackson Merrill. At least there's players that are you'd like to watch and that you can count on. Arizona, they got Corbin Carroll and Perdomo and Ketel Marte. Yeah, Tatis still has 0 homers, but Tatis has the 5th hardest ball hit rate this year in baseball. He's hitting the ball on the nose. He just hadn't been able to get any lift and get a home run. Okay, so I've mentioned 3 teams with guys that are actually players. Colorado really doesn't have anybody, right? Okay.
No.
So we go to the Cubs. Cubs got some players worth watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pete Crow Armstrong, Nico Horner, Ian Happ's having a good year. Okay, St. Louis, Jordan Walker. Guy's a stud right now. Do the Giants have anybody like a Jordan Walker that's one of the top young players in the game? Not really. Look over my shoulder there. It looks like who the heck is that? The Brewers, Jackson Chourio, Bryce Terang, couple of good young players to get excited about. Then you have the Pirates, O'Neal Cruz. He's a young guy to love to watch. He's one of the better young players. Talent. He's starting to put it together. They've got some vets that are starting to, but they're, Reynolds and O'Hearn and all that. But they got Connor Griffin, too. Let's not forget Connor Griffin at shortstop, a young upcoming guy that looks like he's the real deal. Then you go to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's got Ellie De La Cruz. We don't have anybody like this. Okay, Atlanta. They got Ronald Acuna, Michael Harris, Matt Olson tearing up baseball this year on an MVP pace. Washington, James Wood. He's having another really good year. James Wood, CJ Abrams. Then you got Miami. Miami's got those the second baseman and shortstop, Otto Lopez and Xavier Edwards. And they've got some other young kids that are, starting to hit. You go to Philadelphia, you got Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner. The Mets, Juan Soto, and having a horrible year is why am I drawing a blank? The guy from Toronto last year, the shortstop. I drew a blank. Somebody's going to put it up in the chat for me. He's making $42 million a year. I got a headache tonight. What's the guy's name in Toronto that's with the Mets now? $42 million. Bichette. Thank you, KC. Bo Bichette. Just drew a blank. Bichette. Bo Bichette. So, and Juan Soto and Mark Viento. I mean, they got guys. Okay, then you go to the A's. The A's have got Kurtz and Langoliers and Rooker. And then you got Seattle with Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez. And Texas has got Corey Seager and the outfielder from Florida. I'm drawing a blank on him too. But Houston's got Yordan Alvarez, right? And he's having a monster year. And the Angels have Trout, who's having a Trout year. And then you go to the Cleveland Guardians. They got Patrick Bailey. No, they got Jesus Ramirez, right? One of the young studs and he's older now, but a stud. Detroit's got McCongle and Riley Green and somebody else I'm missing for Detroit. Well, they got Scooble, who's out, but they got stars. Okay, and then you get Kansas City. They got Bobby Witt Jr. and Jack Caglione. And then you got the White Sox. It's kind of the Sox and the Rockies that really don't have anything really great. The Twins, they got Brian Buxton, pretty good players, having a good year. And then you got the Yankees. Of course, they got the Judge, and they got Jazz Chisholm, and they got a couple of other guys. And Tampa Bay's got Caminero, a stud, and they've got an exciting player in Chandler Simpson. Okay. And then you got Toronto. Toronto's got Vlad Guerrero, right? And they got somebody else. I can't remember. But Baltimore's got Alonso, and they've got Jackson Holiday. A couple guys. Boston's got their guys, right? Roman Anthony, who's off to a rough start. Thank you, Murakami for the White Sox. Yeah, Murakami leading the majors in home runs with like 14 or something like that. So basically, it's the Giants and Rockies that don't have anybody. I guess if I was picking one guy that would say, what's my exciting? Oh, Gunnar Henderson, thank you, for the Orioles. There's another player. If I was picking the Giants player to say, what do we got that says excitement? It's Bryce Eldridge. And we don't even know if he's going to make it be good or not. But that's it. That's it. And so my point is, the Giants have nothing to even get behind. They don't even they have a group of just average at best players, and they don't have any potential stars other than Bryce Eldridge right now. Ramos, I don't think Ramos is going to be any kind of no superstar, but he can be. I like Ramos. He's fine. He's not the problem. Stick him out there in left field every day. Fine. He's going to give you a solid season. Okay. Center field, right field, Jung-Hoo Lee. Come on. Jung-Hoo Lee got hot. Now where's Jung-Hoo Lee again? Where is Jung-Hoo Lee? I bet he's down to I'm guessing 275 again. I'm just going to throw that out there after being up to 313. Let me pull up tonight's box score on my phone here. Jung-Hoo Lee is hitting 268. I was a little high. So Jung-Hoo Lee's falling back to earth. Arise, Mr. Consistent. Ramos is 270. Casey Schmidt's 290 something, not going to stay there most likely. But even, as much as I love Casey and watching Casey play, he's not like box office.
Maybe someday. He's
maybe
better.
He's getting better. Hopefully, just let him play third. Maybe he'll be box office because you'll see some phenomenal plays at third and then hitting. But there's no box office on this team. We thought Devers was box office. Now I watch Devers thinking if I, get my prize picks right, I need him to strike out at least once or twice if I want to go for the, the fire pick.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. This has been Dan Names Every Player in Major League Baseball. Sponsored by Marlboro Cigarettes.
Come to Marlboro country.
There you go.
What do you mean? Mascadoro says, Dan, I told you have to get a legit superstar. That's who you pay. I've been saying that for years. Well, where are you going to get one? You're not getting one.
And who is one?
You're not getting a superstar through free agency. You're not getting him. You're going to have to develop him.
Like Kyle Tucker was available, but he's not a superstar.
Matthew says Casey won't be box office, but he has a chance to be an all-star caliber player. I agree. I predicted Casey would be an all-star this year if he got a chance to play every day at second base. Because I said he will hit 20 homers.
He's playing. He's a DH, so
yeah,
that's his position of the most number of at bats.
And unfortunately, you don't get to be an all-star at DH in the National League when you have Kyle Schwarber and Shohei Ohtani.
Yep.
So he's got to play a position to make the All-Stars.
Well, maybe he'll play a position tomorrow. He
Yeah.
should have played one today.
Yeah, KC says, this is what I was shocked of. This is why I've been so harsh and hard and like on the Giants front office when they had Farhan. What are you doing? Why are you chasing after Matt Chapman, who has shown you he's not the player? He's a name. He's a name. Yeah, he's all-world defense, and he gives you a high 3 or 4 WAR because it's all defense. But you drafted Schmidt in the second round, and you never gave him a shot to actually play. You just basically – this is what the Giants do. They blocked their players coming up. They've blocked Schmidt, and they basically blocked Eldridge. You can't make Eldridge a full-time DH at 21 years old. I'm sorry. He's got to play in the field. And I think he'll be a better first baseman than Devers. He's got a great target from across the diamond. If you get that ball a little too high, he's going to likely get it.
It's not like Devers is a great first baseman.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Devers is no Will Clark or JT Snow, right? I mean, we're watching.
Yeah.
I just don't understand the mindset of an organization that says, okay, let's sit Bryce Friday night. Let's sit Casey Saturday night. Are we afraid to step on Chapman or Devers or Adames' toes?
Yeah. It's fear. Why are you afraid? You're going to lose them. You're going to lose the respect of them if you sit them down. I mean, they should be the ones losing respect by playing this badly. It's like, yeah, you've given them plenty of leeway. You've given them a chance. You've given them every opportunity to try and get things back on track. But at a certain point, you got to win some games.
Yeah.
You can't keep digging yourself a bigger and bigger hole, or you're going to make me look terrible in a couple of weeks. So come on.
Heroku, thank you. I know you've been in here ripping Crapman for 2 years. You and I have been leading the way. This is his year 3. I said, don't even sign the guy. I knew this was going to be the case. I've got a tweet December 24th, 2023 that says he's a 240 hitter. No thanks. Don't want him. And what does he come in here and do? 240. What do you know? Doesn't even get 80 RBIs. And, I'm going to be wrong, as I said a lot of times. Obviously I was wrong on my projection of the team this year winning 88 games. But I'm not going to sit there and defend it. I'm just going to tell you it was a mistake, and I see the light real quickly. I'm the one that's saying, look, now what I'm hearing is, oh, you can't do this after 40 games. It's only 40 games. You can't. No, you really can't. But there are signs. There are signs. This team's lifeless. And
40 games is a quarter of the season.
Right. And I get it, but I don't see any metrics that says this team, that Matt Chapman all of a sudden becomes a 260 hitter and starts driving the ball.
No.
Willie Adames becomes a 260 hitter and consistently drives the ball. Rafi Devers goes back to being a 275 hitter and cuts down on his strikeouts to where he was with the Red Sox. I don't see any of those metrics happening. And then Jung-Hoo Lee, Jung-Hoo Lee's ceiling might be that 275, 280, Dallas, which
maybe
if he can get there, you can live with it. But, you look at Arise, he's just this model of consistency. He just hits 300 for the most, and he doesn't go 312, and in 2 weeks, Luis Arise is going to be down to 235, like Chapman fell off, right?
Yep. Well,
and then
unfortunately, he's so good that he actually has a market, so you're going to have to move on from him.
Yeah. So Arise will be gone in July. Some team may step up and want him earlier, like San Diego did a year or two ago when they grabbed him from Miami. That's why I hope Devers gets hot, because I don't think, Devers came up tonight in a key situation and promptly hit into a double play. First
I'm
pitch
so tired
swinging.
of that.
First
I'm
pitch
so tired
swinging.
of it.
I just.
Can we look at the pitches tonight here? Let me add this up.
Yeah.
1 second here. Roop through 94. Baraki through 16. Walker through 26. Gage 15. Brubaker 30. Santos 32. And Koss through a mere 19. 232 pitches the Giants threw tonight. Now, how many pitches did they see? 90 plus 34.
That would be 124.
124. So they basically saw half the pitches that the Giants pitchers threw.
Well,
Terrible.
they had 3 walks tonight, but didn't 2 of them come in the 9th?
Yeah, I think so. 2 came in the 9th.
Yeah, so in a
Now, is it true
13-1
they didn't
game.
walk for the previous couple of days? So I heard some stat about that. Let me check that.
Basically, they walked because the pitches weren't even close. And they were down 13-1.
They did not walk yesterday. They were off on the 7th, right? Yeah. On the 6th, they did not walk. On the 5th, they did not walk. My gosh. That's 3 games in a row.
Yeah, and one other thing,
On the 4th,
guys.
they walked. Okay.
Wow.
So the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 9th.
Here's another
Today
thing.
they walked too. So
Here's another thing. Christopher Byers says our pitching staff is terrible. Wait till the bullpen starts to fade. Right now it's been held up decently, but once the starters can't go that long and they start getting tired, and it happens every year after the midway point when they've played 80 games and they played 39. They are now 15-24. Tomorrow they're in danger of going 10 games under 500, and then they've got a 10-game road trip that could just bury the team. Dallas, what happens? Let's just play what if. What do you see? What happens if the Giants lose tomorrow and then go on this road trip and just have a road trip from hell? They went 0-6. Let's say they go 2-8. What happens if they're 10, 18 under 500 in a couple of weeks? What happens with the noise meter and around the club?
That's tough. I think at that point you do have to just sit those veterans, don't even play them, and just go young.
And you just sit the veterans?
Yeah. I think you got to. Just play Eldridge every day, play Casey every day, trade, move off of whoever you can. I think that's, yeah. If it's that bad, then you just gotta go, play for next season.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know if this team has it in. Now they've lost their leader on the pitching staff. Even though he's not having a good year, he's still their leader.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a loss at all. I think they just need to get Susek back, and I think the team would rather have some guys that can hit as opposed to.
No, I'm talking about Webb.
Oh well, Webb will be back. He's not.
Yeah, but I'm saying you've lost him for this road trip, which is going to be a tough road trip.
Yeah, but you'll get McDonald in there, and he could probably fill in the hole.
Can he beat the Dodgers Monday night though? He did it last year, but
yeah, he can. They've now seen him a game, so it'll be a little tougher.
Will he beat the Dodgers is the question.
But that, I know you want me to say, of course he will, but
what's your gut tell you?
My gut tells me no, because the Giants aren't going to hit.
Okay.
So that's the problem. If they hit, of course, but if they don't score any runs, the Giants scored 1 run tonight. They scored 2 more in garbage time.
Yeah, exactly. This
is what
I said last night. What scares me
is it giving me a thumbs up? We want to go thumbs down.
Who's giving you a thumbs up?
There.
Oh, there we go. It's raining.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. How do you do that? I can try that. Let me see if I can do that.
No, it won't work for you. Wait, I can do this here.
Look at that. That was my thought last night with this road trip. I said the Giants are going to have to score 4 runs in a. Wow. Look at that. Giants have a shot, Hiroku says. The Dodgers aren't hitting all that. No, they got shut down tonight by Spencer Strider, I think, with the how did he do? Let me see. Yeah, Strider, wow, pitched 6 innings. Okay. They beat the Dodgers 7-2. Maybe, just maybe, Dallas, the Dodgers bats are not hitting on all cylinders, which they've been struggling. But something tells me they wake up next week. Something tells me the Dodgers bats start to wake up. And
I mean, to be fair, the Giants starting pitching is good. It's been something that's held up all right. And
so
they
what's this-
have done pretty well against the Dodgers. They beat him in a series earlier this year. They beat him last year, in LA, couple of games. So the Giants can, because they have the lefties against Shohei, they can kind of silence him a little bit. Now, if Eric Miller is not going to be back, right?
No.
See, that's a problem. Barucki's got to go, so Gage might be able to hold it down a little bit, but
All right.
I don't know.
Let's
With
take a
Eric
look
Miller,
at the
you have a
pitching
lot
matchup.
better chance having that.
Let's do the pitching matchup, and I'm going to tell you win or loss. McDonald versus Yamamoto. Giants loss.
Yep.
The next game is hold on here. Next game, Tuesday night. It's Hauser against Shohei. That's a loss. They're down 2-0 in the series.
Kind of.
They're
Shohei
not
only
gonna hit
goes
Ohtani.
5 innings, though.
They're not hitting Ohtani.
Right.
He's
They
not
got to get
giving-
him out of the game, though. Of course, they don't make anybody throw any pitches. So
Okay. Wednesday. Robbie Ray against undecided. It could be Bolesky or whatever. It could be Sheehan.
well, if they keep it undecided, the Giants have a chance.
Yeah, as
Like
long as they don't
if
throw
they don't-
anybody, yeah.
If they don't have a pitcher, and just no one shows up, that
Right.
could work.
That could help them. Thursday, it's Landon Roop. Oh, it's Sheehan. So it's probably Bolesky or it could be Blake Snell's turn because did he pitch tonight, Snell?
I don't think he pitches until the postseason.
Yeah, I think he was due back tonight. Let me see. Blake Snell, he
Inefficient in season debut.
got beat up by the 3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 runs. He may be going Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Depends. They've got a 6 to 7 man rotation, and they got Glasnow. I think he's hurting a little bit. Snell is pitching tomorrow night. Well, that's good because he pitched tonight.
I would be surprised if he pitches tomorrow night.
I would be really surprised. He did throw 77 pitches, but they do have a 100 limit, so he could probably throw 23 tomorrow night. Start the game.
Yeah.
Wait. Come on, guys. Why defend Posey, Dan, and crap on Farhan? Have I defended Posey? I've been probably pretty critical of him, more so than a lot of people out there. I'm saying he's not doing the job. I'm on record. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm on record saying the Giants need to rebuild this thing and go find somebody that knows how to run a front office. I'm not sure if I even trust Posey. I don't know. I don't even know if Posey's doing this. I think it's somebody else that's, the 29th pick. Yeah, and Gravy's right. He didn't get like 6 or 7 years like Farhan, whatever he had. So Posey's in his second year. We'll see what he does. But what do you want me to do with him? You want me to make fun of the franchise icon who's an all-time great Giant? I can sit here and say he's not a great executive, but at least he has baseball skill. And what am I supposed to do? Do the Farhan impression and do a Buster Posey impression? I don't know.
I have no doubt Posey has a desire to win more so than anybody else. And I don't know that he's given I think he has limitations on what he can do. And you can definitely criticize the moves he has made. The Adames and Devers deals. At the time, everybody was on board. It seemed like a great idea at the time, and hasn't worked out. So you can blame Posey. You can blame the players for not living up to the back of their baseball card. There's plenty of blame to go around. But
yeah,
tonight's
I think I've been pretty hard on Posey.
Bailey, so.
I think I've been pretty hard on Posey, saying I thought they were stupid moves he made, signing Chapman, and then I thought that was his worst move. But whatever. I mean, the Giants are going nowhere. They're not winning this year. They're not winning next year. Now, there's a possibility if somehow they're able to do the unthinkable and really tear it down and get some really good prospects that come in here and get some athleticism going into the 27 season or the trade deadline, and they get guys that they can, build around, then you could say, okay, they're probably not winning anything in 27 or 28, but they could be really exciting and pretty good, sometime in 29, maybe even 28. They start to mesh together. The Giants farm system is growing. And I think what the move they did today by getting rid of Bailey is a direct sign that they are looking to change the course in the direction of this franchise, and that they realize they've got to get good baseball players and develop these guys. They basically jumped at a move. Who knows what Tugboat is going to do? He's had some good numbers in the minors. He's got a lot of strikeouts per innings compared to innings pitched, and he's given up a lot less hits than innings pitched. So there's some signs that he's, missing bats and that they're not making great contact off of him. But where I'm going with this is if they do the unthinkable and are able to get a lot of young guys, they could do something in a few years, because them getting the 29th pick for Bailey, that was a quick move. They must have somehow, that offer came up, or they went and presented it to Cleveland and said, hey, we'd like the 29th pick, and we're interested in Tugboat. And they worked out a deal, and they said, hey, that's what we're going. We're going in the direction we need certain type of players. We'll see. I don't know, but I don't think they're winning anytime soon. So I think it's get used to just a long season, everybody. Matthew says, Dan, Chipper Jones said what you said as the reason he would never take a major front office or manager job. What if the star player is bad at their job? How do you fire a fan favorite Hall of Famer? Yeah. Well, Buster asked for this himself. So I think Buster, when he looked at it, he saw how bad Farhan really was, and he says, I can do better than that. And we're already seeing the difference between a Buster and Farhan. Buster's not afraid to pull a trigger, and he's not afraid to pull it early. When he gets fed up with somebody, he's going to change things. And whether that is panicking or if that's just recognizing that he's not the right man for the job, Bailey. And
absolutely. If anybody knows the right man for that job, it's Buster Posey.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Cam 5809, he's giving you, come on, Cam. He's down tonight.
Tune in next week, Camp. Next week.
Tune in. Yeah, we may get
a week from today.
Oh, Dallas, you're picking a bad week.
Mm-hmm.
You're picking a bad week for a comeback.
Yep. I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue.
Yeah, you should. You sure you want to? We'll give you a mulligan. You sure we can extend that for you? Like law offices always say, we need an extension. Our defense is not able to come up with a strong enough case to defend our client.
Extension? I don't need no extension.
You're going to go for the electric chair next
I'm
in a week?
doubling down on it.
They thought you were cured. You don't wait. We're giving you an opportunity, Dallas, for an extension. They're playing the Dodgers in LA for 4 games, and they can't hit.
Everyone can see this team is on the precipice of returning to greatness.
What? Did I hear what you said?
I mean, look at the score tonight. I lost count of how it was only 13-3. They were just down by 10. Tomorrow it's going to be better than that.
Dallas is on the hot seat. He is suffering from CTE. Lay off of Dallas, go easy on him. He's suffering from CTE. Dallas has Larry Bear syndrome. He works for Greg Johnson. He's a full-time homer. He's on the Giants payroll. Dallas
Yeah, bring
has
that white
CTE.
shirt back.
Help
The
him
Giants shirt.
get free.
Tomorrow's laundry day.
One more
Dallas
time, Dallas.
is on the hot seat. He is suffering from CTE. Lay off of Dallas, go easy on him. He's suffering, from CTE. Dallas has
Larry Bear syndrome.
He works for
Greg
Greg
Johnson.
He's a
A
full-time
full-time homer.
He's on the Giants payroll. Dallas has CTE. Help him get free.
All right, Dallas, one more time. You still want to go for we're giving you a chance to extend your Giants comeback. We can give you all the way until the 1st of June. We'll give you the month of May. They had a horrible April. We'll give you all of May before you say, I'm throwing in the towel.
Nope. May 16th.
Why May
Next
16th?
Saturday.
Why?
Tune in next Saturday.
What is it about May 16th? Is that you like?
Tune in on the May 16th and you'll see, Dan.
Are you like you have a doctor's appointment next Friday? You get hemorrhoids removed or something? What's going on?
No, just tune in. You'll see.
Are we going to get a special treat? Are we going to? Are you're not going to like hang yourself or anything on the YouTube? We get in trouble. We get demonetized if you do any.
Nothing like that. No, you guys are going to be coming around to my side a week from tonight.
So you're gonna stick with it. We're giving you an extension. The defense says we need an extension, and you're gonna be like, we rest. We rest. Our case is settled. We feel good about where we're at.
You can take your extension and shove it.
What?
Dallas is on the hot seat. He is suffering from CTE. Lay off of Dallas, go easy on him. He's suffering from CTE. Dallas has Larry Bear syndrome. He works for Greg Johnson. He's a full-time homer. He's on the Giants payroll. Dallas has CTE. Help him get free.
There
Wow,
you go.
Dallas. All right, man. The 16th. We thought we would give them a chance. So this means Dallas thinks they've got till this. What is that? Saturday, the 16th.
Mm-hmm. Saturday.
Okay, so the Giants have 6 games starting tomorrow, 4 in LA and 1 in Sacramento Friday night before Dallas. And then we've got this, call it 7 games because they've got the game next Saturday in Sacramento. And that one is game time is 6:40. So about 10 o'clock, 9:30, probably about 9:30 a week from tonight. Just just under 1 week, time-wise on the clock, you're going to see where Dallas is. 7 games. Giants are 14 and 23 or 20. What are they? No, 15 and 24.
15 and 24.
Okay, 7 games. I'm going to tell you over the next 7 games, the Giants, when we come back after next Saturday night, 17 and 29.
Okay.
17 and 29. They're going to go 2 wins and 5 losses over the next 7. I don't know where those 2 wins come from, but that's what I'm seeing.
Okay.
It's not easy games. Pirates are not an easy team. They can hit. The Dodgers are going to probably smoke the Giants. Be shocked if the Giants get 1. But I think they might.
The Giants will. They're going to win tomorrow. Get back on the right track. Bounce back after the terrible loss. We know that. They're going to split with the Dodgers.
Split with the Dodgers? No way.
Yep.
No way, Dallas. No way.
And then
they may get 1.
And then they're going to sweep the A's.
Hiroku's saying 4 or 5 wins in the next 7. Do we have to put Hiroku in this song too? Wow. 17 and 29. So you say 19 and 27? 20 and 26?
20 and 26.
Okay. We'll see who's closer. 20 and 26. Let's mark that down, everybody. I'm going to write that down right now. You guys hold us to it. Dallas has the Giants at 20 and 26 when we do our show next Saturday night after A's Giants. 20 and 26. That is what? June 16th. Okay. And Dan, Dallas has got that. Dan, 17.
I'll be right back.
And 29. We're about ready to close anyway. We're getting out of here. Okay. There we go. Dallas, 20 and 26. Right there in red. See, we got all our notes right there. Dallas. And I got 17 and 29. We'll keep that right here, and we'll see where this is going to go. All right. Dallas.
The audio had gotten so bad I couldn't even hear anymore.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's
so somebody's giving me a hard time about fantasy right now. That's okay. I know who that is. A-Lift. I know who that is. All right. All right, guys. We are out of here. Senior says he loves seeing that Sac A's hat on top of the standings. There it is. The Giants are in the bottom, and they may stay there a while. Yep, that's the Rockies above the Giants. Can't see that Rockies hat. It's a weird color. What are you looking at, Dallas?
Nothing. Text message.
Oh, make it rain and we'll get out of here.
All right, here we go.
All right, everybody.
That was just disgraceful.
Rough night. 13-3. 13-3. The Giants. Niners lose. Niners were only able to muster a field goal against the tough Steeler defense tonight as Aaron Rodgers gets a touchdown opening drive and then late, and then a couple of late field goals by I can't remember the Steelers kicker, but Eddie De Niro was only able to put one in. Kyle Shanahan was not able to get a score tonight for San Francisco. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers 13, the 49ers 3. We'll be back tomorrow night, everybody. Go Giants, I guess. And we'll see you tomorrow. All right? About 9. No, tomorrow's a day game. Hey, good news, Dallas. Tomorrow, the Giants play at 1:05. So, before sundown, we get our misery out of us. We don't have to...
Silver lining.
Silver lining, yeah. It'll be daylight, and we'll still have a little bit of daylight left, and we won't have to be so depressed in the darkness. So we'll be back tomorrow. Pirates Sunday, predicting the Marty Lurie score. I'll give it to you right now. Pirates 6, Giants 2. There you go. 6-2 Pirates tomorrow.
Reverse that.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon. Take care, everybody.
Goodbye.
Thanks again.